my last video got cut off, and I feel like that's kind of confirmation for this Page of Pentacles, because the energy that it came in with felt unexpected. Like there's something that could pop up, like a new idea, something new could be coming in for you that's going to shift things for you, and it's going to help you to kind of get out of this guarded energy. Again, I do feel like, of course, the Fool and the King of Cups. So for some of you, this is quite literally a new person. We also have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck, okay? I was not expecting this to take that turn, but it does feel like there's something or someone coming in. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but this is someone who is just emotionally very regulated and mature and stable. And this is definitely like a new start for you. And I feel like this level of safety that this person will bring to your life, okay, whoever it is, whether it ends up being platonic or not, or romantic, it feels like it's going to open you up pretty unexpectedly and pretty naturally. And I feel like that's going to actually help you to release what you've been having trouble releasing. Because in the last reading, there was a lot of hesitancy to fully release it, because it also requires you to release parts of yourself that is still functioning from a very wounded space, okay? And it feels like this new connection, but also I feel like it's not just this new connection. I do have the energy of like other connections coming in for you in the form of like community. So this person, maybe they have like people or community and you'll be invited in, but I am definitely feeling like it's like a catalyst into more alignment in terms of the types of people that you have in your life versus who you used to have in your life. And I've been picking up on that energy a lot. So I'm definitely like talking to a collective of people who are leaving behind connections that are no longer aligned, or where you feel like you kind of had to sacrifice parts of yourself. So now it feels like you are walking away from those connections. And even though it's challenging, it's really indicating where you as a person has grown, like where you've grown. And the relationships, the connections that are coming in now are more in alignment with who you are now or who you're becoming. Okay? Yeah, with the Eight of Cups, it's like you are releasing a lot of emotional baggage connected to connections that were not serving you. They were not good for you. Or it just caused a lot of friction. It felt like in these connections you were growing, but you were growing through strife. You were growing through challenges. And now it's like the people coming in for you and the things that are coming up for you, because I'm also getting like there's a lot coming up for you too. Some of you could be creatives, and I feel like you're having clarity on what it is that you want for yourself too, because you're starting to have the space to really think more deeply about that now, that you're not having to expend so much of your energy on this. And as that shift happens, it's like you're attracting even more people that are in alignment with that energy. But all of this releasing that you're doing is really a catalyst for you to come into alignment with what's really meant for you at this time, which is really going to help open you up, like open up your heart space and the parts of you that you've kind of shut down, for some of you very subconsciously, because you've been in connections that almost required you to in order for you to make it through those connections. Like you've definitely, yeah, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Devil at the bottom of the deck, okay? So you've definitely been dealing with people who have been a catalyst for you. Ooh, what's hiding under here? The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I'm getting like very avoidant, emotionally immature energies here. Okay, so some of you are like breaking a cycle of only entertaining or being with, or maybe even over giving for some of you, to connections with people who their pattern or the habit that they're having to heal is in connection to being emotionally closed, emotionally shut down. Some of these people are also non-committal, or it just feels like you weren't able to build long-term with these people because they were so disconnected, is really what I'm feeling, from their own heart. So they weren't able to hold capacity for your emotions. Okay, you could have felt like you were too much in a lot of these connections because these people couldn't hold space for you in the way that you deserve. It just feels like you weren't shown up for emotionally the way you deserve. But the bottom of the deck is the Sun, so that is changing. I feel like this new connection, like I am feeling like one particular connection coming in that really changes things for you, but that also again feels like a catalyst to opening you up. And as you're opening up, like more connections, like more friendships or communities, like you'll find yourself connecting with people where it just feels easy. And for some of you, you have not experienced that yet. So this is going to bring you a lot of healing and a lot of joy, which feels very beautiful. But it is on the other side of you releasing this, because for some of you, it is really challenging for you to release it. There's a part of you that's holding on to it out of, there's like a resentful energy for some of you, but there's also like a part of you that's trying to understand it so that you don't, I feel like for some of you, you don't want to repeat this. Like you don't want to repeat the cycle. You don't want to make the same mistakes again, I'm hearing. But Spirit doesn't want you to hyperfixate on it too. There are some things that you might not understand about it, and that's okay. You're being asked to kind of flow a little bit in this season, to be yourself, to flow, to not settle, right? Like remember the lessons you learned and the boundaries that you learned to set, but to also allow your heart space to be open enough to invite this new in, And to use this as practice to trust your intuition. Does this feel good? Does this feel safe? And if it does, then it's okay for you to open up, right? And it's actually, again, going to lead to a lot of happiness for you. So again, whether this ends up being an actual like romantic situation or just platonic, or it opens you up to like more people that are actually your people, this is going to lead to a lot of healing and a lot of happiness for you. So if you're in the thick of it now, which it feels like many of you are, please know that the energy is already shifting, and a lot of times that is felt and you start to experience that in subtle ways before the big transitions start to happen externally. So please hang in there. And yeah, so the card that fell on the floor, the Fool. So this new beginning is happening regardless, okay? So if you're in the thick of it right now, please like hold on, because I promise you it is coming. It is going to happen, okay? And I'm very excited for this new chapter because it's going to be so beautiful and you're going to feel so seen, and that is incredibly important. So allow yourself to be open to that, okay? Yeah, if you resonate with this and you want to look specifically into what's going on with you, feel free to check the link in my bio. I do personal readings and I go live and I do mini readings as well, so follow me for more. Bye.